Hello lovelies, how are you all doing? Just waiting for the steam train to finish hooting, tooting. I hope you're all well. I'm filming right at the end of May. Our heat wave is officially over. It's now back to sort of normal average temperatures for this time of year, which is sort of high teens, maybe 20. I miss the heat already, the heat and the sunshine. We'll have more in the summer, I'm sure. But the main thing is, as I mentioned in a previous video, from tomorrow, 1st of June, it looks like we've got a fortnight, at least 10 days of pretty much heavy, non-stop rain. Just when I need to be doing a lot of work out here. So today, yeah, I'm sort of, I can feel the wind is picking up. I can feel that this weather is on its way. So I need to get planting today. I need to do some more harvesting. I need to get all my garden furniture covered again, chairs back into the shed. There's a lot to do, so let's get on. I'll show you, because, no, I don't think you've seen this. So I finished clearing the shade garden, sort of finished. Haven't dealt with the tree yet. Let me show you where I got to, and actually I'm going to start planting in that end and work my way back into the sunshine. Maybe if the sunshine will come back today, I don't know. Let's get a wriggle on. Well, you can see I've got all sorts ready for planting. That's some of the celery. Most of it's going to be here. Got the slug collars ready as well, so that's there. But into the shade garden proper. Oh yeah, my fork's there because this Japanese anemone, it's right on the edge and it kind of grows over, and I don't want it to grow over and trip me, so I'm going to just move that today. Hopefully just move it backwards into the bed. The tree, yeah, that's for another day. I've just emptied some used compost here, but I might actually take this off here and put into one of the, like the tomato bed as mulch. You can see bits and bobs there ready to plant, and then this I finally got cleared. Boy oh boy, this was packed with crocosmia, which I wanted to keep some. Unfortunately there were loads of brambles in here, way more brambles than I realised, and to get the brambles out I just ended up having to take all the crocosmia out. But the little heart's tongue ferns at the back, they're still there. That one's sprouting massively. Good. One grow bag from last year tipped out already. I'm going to put another one on and then get planting with this very, very mashed hosta, hence the slug collar. I'm just going to put the slug collar on it just while it recovers, hopefully. And then the lovely little foxgloves from seed. Oh, so sweet. Right, I think, yeah, without further ado, let's get planting. Right, I want to plant, bearing in mind the view from my bedroom window, because that's my bedroom window, just above. So I sort of keep looking out the window thinking, where will be best for everything? Obviously I want it to look nice when I'm in the garden, but I don't see this end from the garden too much. So it's more about the view from the bedroom. This old compost is really dry and it won't have, oh, I'm lumpy. It won't have much nutritional content now. Not worried about that. It's more about, it will help with moisture retention, because these shady plants tend to like a bit of moisture too. So it's going to be foxgloves there-ish, hosta here, so it can sort of cover the edge, and I've also, might be easier to do this sitting down. Oh. My knee still hasn't properly recovered from that horrible day. I've also brought up this end a couple of the celery, and to go with them some slug collars. If you're awfully far away, I'm going to woman handle you. Bring you in a bit. Oh, blah. The foxgloves, I mean, ideally, they would have gone out last autumn, and I think they're looking a bit stunted. Actually, let's start with the hosta. Yeah, they're looking a bit stunted because they've just sat in those modules for... I pricked them out into there on the 11th of August. It's 10 months, nearly 10 months ago. So yeah, I'm not surprised they're not looking at their best, but hopefully once they're planted, they'll cheer up a bit. Oh, this soil is like sand, dust. Oh, rock. Even though we're due tons of rain, it doesn't start till tomorrow, I will give everything a good watering in tonight, this afternoon. Does it want to come out? There we go. Goodness me, yes. It was desperate to get going. This was one that I think was at Paul's allotment table sale last summer. I wonder if I can tease the roots a little bit. Just encourage them to move out now rather than just keep winding around and around. There. I don't always do that, but this looked particularly compacted. Oh, is that a rock down there? There's so much stone in this garden. I hit another big one. I'm just trying to find some depth for it. No, I think that might have to do. Maybe it can kind of go a bit sideways. It's quite moist, that its roots already, because I watered it well last night. But I'll give it another watering in now or later around it, just to help encourage those roots to go out and explore. I don't know whether this bed is ever going to be up to much. But I can at least try to make it a bit prettier than it was. Now in theory, my goodness, yeah, I should have here a nice, oh, let's not plant the weed, a little bit of grass in there. Yeah, these should all be nice plug plants to just sort of get going straight away. That one's a bit tardy. How many did I end up with? I think I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've got 6 out the front. I gave a bunch of them, 5 or 6 to Paul. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 here. Great. That's enough. That's enough to get this little corner going. Another tiddler. And hopefully what they'll do in time, the intention is that this becomes quite a low maintenance part of the garden, and that they'll self-seed, they'll drop their seeds and just keep coming up year after year now. Just do their own thing. Oops. My own little woodland at the end of the garden. Let me see, yeah. Great, and then the celery, right, well I'd better start planting them. I won't keep you here for all of that. Get them planted, show you how it looks, and then we'll move on to the next thing. And steam train's doing a roaring trade today. It's the last day of the half-term holidays, so we might, oh, I think, are we too late now? I was going to say we might hear a little bit of Punch and Judy. It depends on the direction of the wind, but I can hear the Punch and Judy from the beach as well. Right, let's chat. Toot toot, let's chat more planting. Good. That should fill out nicely in time. Like I said, let them drop their seeds. Let the hosta fill out. Obviously the celery is just temporary this year, but oh, I'm so glad I started these last year. little tiny bit of colour and prettiness for this bit of the garden when I look out of my bedroom window. Right, next job. Right, let's make a little bit of a planting space for it. Oh, is that a bluebell? Bluebell. I don't have a spade anymore. Oh, just do it with your hands. And it's for this one right here. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get out, but we'll give it a go. I don't know how happy it will be or not to be transplanted, but it's either transplant or out completely. So I might as well try transplant. Just trying to do it with as much of its original little pocket of soil as possible, to disturb the roots as least as possible. That's better. Now it can sprawl all it likes. Let's give it a bit of firming. Hoopla. Good. I've been wanting to do that since last summer, because it does sprawl quite a bit and then it's a bit of a trippy. I'll give that a dollop of water too. It's just to calm its shock down. Good. Right, next job. Well, this is a bonkersly tight, stupido tight spot for me to try and fit me and you into. I think it'll just about work. Right, celery. So this is a non-blanching variety, therefore it doesn't need to be grown in a trench and earthed up. We're not after those long white stalks that you see in the supermarket. This is grown more, think of it more like as a herb, so it's all above ground. Right, let's get a couple ready to plant. Oh, I've just pulled a leaf off, don't. And in terms of spacing, well, you can see that where I've got the slug collars, there's about 30 centimetres between each. It's going to be about 30 centimetres between each celery. They don't need that much. When I used to do in the allotment, maybe 15 centimetres, hand span apart, that much. However, I don't want to risk losing any more. Having lost that one, no, those two the other day, I don't want to risk losing any more. So slug collars I will go with. Yeah, they can be about 15 centimetres apart. The whole sort of idea is that they're self-blanching. They're in close together. Eventually they'll be really leafy and the leaves will shade out the stalks, but actually they stay green, and that's lovely. We want green food. This might be a little bit early. Yeah, they don't really have much of a root ball yet, but this is my opportunity, so now is when it's happening. And this is exactly how I used to do them on the allotment, so I'm hoping all will be well. They're related to a bog plant. They don't mind a bit of shade, a bit of dappled light, and that's what they get down here. So you can see, I don't know if it's not a bright enough day, but there is a bit of light coming through. They get a little bit of morning light, but then mostly it's sort of the afternoon. So I think it's about 3 o'clock at the moment. So from 3 until, well, whatever time sunset is, they'll be getting a bit of light. And there should be enough for them. I'll soon find out, won't I? Well, I won't soon find out. I'll find out over the coming months. In you go. Welcome to your new home. Don't be scared. I'll look after you. And any naughty slugs or snails that come along, hopefully they won't be able to get to you in your ring of protection. Okay, so 3, 6, 7, 8 more to go. I'll get on, because it really is tight space. I need to move one of my legs. Let me get on. Good. Glad to get that job done. Bit fiddly, stuck in the corner here, but yay, making my way out of the shady and into the sun. So yay, top job done. Anemone done, celery done. Right, moving into the sunshine for a job. Oh la la, a job in this bed. Cracking on. Oh well, I've managed to do it again. Just do a whole piece, and I wasn't recording. Part of the problem is when it's so bright, I simply cannot see whether I'm recording or. Anyway, this was the next job. Get the courgettes in. They're in front of the little tomatoes I put in the other day, next to the cucumber ladder, which, by the way, the sparrows are loving. I can sort of see out of the bedroom window just about, or if I'm standing quietly at the back door, I can see them. They're all perched on it, way up and down. Oh, they're funny. Right, so what I've done, again, they look really yellow and spindly. That's because they were absolutely desperate to go into the bed. You know, they've been in that compost for a few weeks now. They've used up all the nutrient in it. So, yeah, they're looking very, very sad and sorry for themselves. They should perk up. I've accidentally just knocked a couple of flowers off in getting the slug collar on. Never mind, the main thing is to get it in and get the collar on to protect it. This one is the one I snapped, and the snap is, I don't want to really woman handle it too much, but it's right down there. But it's sort of like one side snapped, but the other side didn't. So I'm hoping that, I mean, it's hanging in there, it's hanging in, the flowers, but I'm also hoping just propping it on the slug collar will act as something of a splint for it. But boy, oh boy, this ground is so utterly bone dry, and that's why I was mentioning back in the shade garden when I was emptying a couple of the grow bags, emptying the spent compost, I suddenly thought, why have I emptied it up in the shade garden where I'm not even going to plant anything at the minute? I'm going to scoop it up, bring it over here, get all of this lot really well watered, get this bed really well watered. So I might do this after we've had all the rain, then use that old compost as mulch. There's no point in mulching it now, there's no point in mulching dry ground, because all you do is lock in the dryness. So yeah, I'll wait till we've had all the rain, and then I'll bring it over and use it as a mulch. Fab. So now I just have to I'm waiting for a compost delivery, but this is squash and they're going to be going in bags, not actually these 4, different ones, over by the tomatoes. You see there's still so much to plant out. There's stuff to prick out too, but yeah, I'm waiting for the compost delivery, and as previously mentioned, it may be that I end up planting these out in the rain, because again, yellowing, they're just desperate to be planted. So are you waiting so long? When did they get pricked out? No, not pricked out, sown. 4th of April. So it's 7.5 weeks in this compost, and most composts, they probably feed for about 5, maybe 6 weeks. So yeah, there's no nutrient left. They need to go either in the ground or in some compost in growing bags. Right, what's the next job on the list? It's just so lovely to be able to have harvest from one's garden. And beans, oh, it's getting windy. And beans, oh, raw beans, just gorgeous. Now, talking of harvests, the garlic's been out for a week, been just drying in the sun. But as mentioned, we've got a lot of rain coming, a lot. So I'm just going to trim these down a bit. They're not completely dry yet, but get them trimmed down a bit. At least get sort of the mucky, soily bits off from the roots, so I can take them indoors. They can finish drying indoors. It'll only take another sort of 3 or 4 days or so, and then pop them in the shed. But yeah, the main thing is take them in now before it starts raining, but also because then I can put the cover back on the table. Oh, you don't want to be covering up my furniture again. It has been an absolute joy of a week. It's been more than a week. It's been about 10 days. 10 days of sunshine, dry weather, sort of pretty much guaranteed. It's not often that happens in the UK. It's like, oh, you don't have to rush to do something today because we know it's going to be dry again tomorrow. So often gardening in the UK is like today. It's like, quick, need to do stuff because there's going to be a week of rain. I won't have a chance to get to the allotment, be out in the garden, whatever. So yeah, it's been an absolute joy and a treat. I've tried to make the most of it. I'm really glad that the shade garden is well underway. Obviously that tree, ignoring the elephant in the room, ignoring the tree in the garden, it will be dealt with in due course. I have an idea and a plan for it in a couple of months or so. Yeah, so I hope you've all been able to make the most of your good days. I hope you've had plenty of them. In terms of where I feel at in the season, well, this is about where I would normally expect to be at the end of May. Just the first few things maybe going in. Quite often, certainly in my allotment days, it was the first 2 weeks of June were always really busy of getting everything planted that's been brought on in modules and pots, what have you. So I feel like I'm on track. The latest sowings of the squash and the courgette as backups, just in case the snapped one and you know, they'll probably catch up really quickly. The cukes will. So yeah, I feel I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Kachuku. The whiff of garlic. Yeah, put it this way, I'm happy with where things are at, and there's not a heap of weeding to do, except, yes, once the broad beans come out, that bed's going to need a thorough weed, and try to find those little pockets of resistant bluebells that I missed last year. Just keep doing that, a little bit of that every year, then eventually I might not eradicate them, but I certainly get on top of them and have them a little bit more under control than they have been. Is it me or is it getting darker? No, I'm looking out over the bay, the sort of dark clouds scuddering in. The rain isn't due to start until tomorrow, but with weather forecasting the way it is, it wouldn't surprise me if we get some spits and spots this afternoon. So I'm going to get a wriggle on with this, get the table covered, get the bench covered, priority, and then once I feel like things are secure, then I can carry on doing bits and bobs. Yeah, I'll carry on doing bits and bobs so that if it then does start to rain, fine. I won't be in the middle of a big job of any description. It feels like it's coming. Alright lovelies, I'll see you all again really soon. I don't know, I have no idea what we'll be doing. I've got a feeling though, with all the rain, it might be something indoors. We might be in the kitchen. Don't know, haven't a clue. We'll think of something, won't we? We'll keep ourselves occupied and out of mischief and productive. That's the main thing. Right, gorgeousities, until the next one. Cheerio.